Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the new academic year. And this is the front page of your new textbook, and the book name is Community. Okay, and this is your first chapter. Chapter heading is Globes and Maps. In this chapter, we will see globes and maps, then usefulness of maps and globes, then merits and demerits, and also we will see different maps. Okay, so first we will see the shape of the earth. Then who find that real shape of the earth. Okay, until 1522, people were not sure about the shape of the earth. Most of the people thought that the earth was flat. They were afraid that they would fall down if they went too far in one direction. We should be grateful to Ferdinand Magellan, who proved that the earth is round. Later, many other astronomers proved that the shape of the earth is round. Okay, so it is first proved by the Ferdinand Magellan that the shape of the earth is round. Okay, then your chapter main heading is next shape of the earth. Magellan was a courageous sailor and explorer. He led an expedition to prove that the earth is round. In 1519, Magellan sailed from a place called Seville, that is in Spain, Europe, with five ships. In 1522, one of his ships returned to the same place. This proved that the earth is round. So from the started, a gun ship has come back. It was the main example again it proved the earth got a round shape. Okay. The astronauts who have gone to space have also confirmed the earth is spherical shape. Astronauts means who study about the earth is known as astronauts. They proved that the earth has got a round shape. The earth is divided into continents and oceans. The extreme north and the extreme south points of the earth are called poles. Then these are known as North Pole and South Pole. We will see details. So, here you can see the place Magellan started, that is from Spain. Then he moved to the South America by the via Atlantic Ocean, and he moved to the Pacific Ocean. Again, he has traveled the Pacific Ocean, then moved to the right side. We can find out the continuous of the Pacific Ocean, then reaches in the Indian Ocean, then all around the Africa. Then he reached again back to the Spain. It is proved that the earth has got a round shape, and this is the route around the world. Magellan's route around the world. Okay, the earth is divided into continents and oceans. The extreme north and the extreme south points of the earth are called poles. These are known as North Pole and the South Pole. Okay, here are the continents and oceans. We can see the North America, South America, Europe, Africa, then Asia, Australia, Antarctica. These are the continents. And oceans also you can see there. Atlantic Ocean is which lies between Africa, Europe, North America, then South America. Next, Pacific Ocean between North America, South America, Asian, then Australia. Then Indian Ocean. It lies between Africa, Asia, Australia. Then next ocean, Southern Ocean we have, that is the southern part of the Africa, then Australia and South America. Okay. In this picture, we can find the North Pole and South Pole. Then end of the earth, we have the northern end, North Pole, then southern end, South Pole. So it is the almost the actual shape of the earth. You can see the globe there. Okay, this is the shape of the earth. A globe is an exact model of the Earth. It represents the Earth in a simple and accurate way. It helps us to see the distribution of continents and oceans on the Earth. Okay, we can find in the globe. Then, since our Earth is in a spherical shape, so globe is an exact model of the Earth, and this globe has some drawbacks. Okay, first one is we cannot see the details of inland forms, occasion of small towns, etc. on a globe. We cannot see that details. Then next we cannot see the entire earth at a time on it. Okay, we can see only one side at a time. Then larger globes can show some details, but they are difficult to handle, and it is also difficult to carry globes around. Okay, the next one, maps. Maps are drawings of a part of or the whole of the earth's surface on a flat surface. They may represent a small area, a country, a continent, or the entire world. The maps that depict small areas have greater detail, while the maps show large areas generally depict only important locations or places. Okay, this is a map drawn in a flat area and shows maybe some part or all the part of the earth. Okay, if we want to get the details about Bashi, we will get details from the map because a map shows large area, which means it shows only less information, not a detailed information. Then a collection of maps bound together in a book form is called an atlas. Okay, a collection of maps is known as atlas, and it bound together in a book. Then some maps can be hung on the walls. They are called wall maps. They are available in many sizes, and they are also used in a class to teach a student. Okay, they have different maps, and then atlas and the wall maps is there. Then atlas means a collection of maps bound together in a book form. It's called an atlas. Then some maps can be hung on the walls. They are called wall maps. Okay, this is the example of shown on a larger area. That is the example of in the first map. You can see India's map is there, and its detailed explanation is not there. And the map shown in a smaller area, that is a map of Delhi. We can see the detailed explanations area there. Okay, roads, then different different districts you can see there in the Delhi. Okay, and then but in the larger area, map and details are not there. But in the smaller area, maps, details are there. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.